with chapter 6, we're doing the first introductory chapter to part 2. So part 1 reviews the classic theories and the classic work, and it brings in new ideas, but it brings them into that classic framework. And in chapter 6, we introduce our new framework, which really emphasizes the idea of the multiple group world, which is in historical space, which is in a physical world. And so we introduce new theories that have tried to make sense of that. Positioning theory, critical theories, intersectionality research, the research on intersectionalities is dived into in this chapter. And then we introduce some of the key themes that are unpacked in the future chapters. So we talk about how social change is always in a context, it's time sensitive. It always has emotions and behavior and identities in it that depend on your own age and your cultural history, stage, and so on. And we also introduce non-linearity, the concept of tipping points and oscillations and cycles, which we get really excited about in chapter 9. And then we talk about new methodologies for studying system change. I mean, it's transition chapter, it's a hinge, but yeah, I mean, I guess it raises some exciting big picture stuff. I mean, what do you make of it, Kiara?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Like you said, it's kind of where we go beyond the well-established psychology principles and literature to kind of explore intersections from that multidisciplinary approach, and the idea of how those multiple group memberships and the context that people are in and their individual level and their group level and their societal level all blend together to kind of show you the more complete picture. And I do think it's really, really important to consider how context and what factors are going on beyond the specific just group dynamics, because I think it's a good picture, but it's just a small snapshot, and we need more of everything going on. I mean, times of economic crisis, that sort of thing, are a big part of many radicalization trajectories, which is understandable. But yeah, I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I really relate to that. Like, it's not just group dynamics or systems approaches. It's like systems approaches are necessary because group dynamics are in systems and as systems and with systems. What do you reckon, Cecilia?
I really like the psychology of place subheading on this chapter because, as Kiara said, it brings us into recognizing the importance of context when we talk about anything, and also, place or the context is something that cannot separate it from us, because we always grow memories, we always grow connection with the place where we're living, and like people, they always have, like, especially when we talk about for example indigenous people or indigenous rights, we must be talking about the connections with their land and the connection with the place. And I think it's very important to consider when we talk about change or system change in more general.
Yeah, and I think that's one reason why this book was written in Queensland. Like, we quote the Indigenous scholar Mary Graham, who says, "Before there was knowledge, there was place." And that our culture here, for those of us that are trying to engage Indigenous ways of knowing, being, and doing, our culture here is really open to that interconnected, holistic, place-based, wide lens. And I think that's, apparent in this chapter. It's apparent in the book.